This is the story of St Cuthbert. St Cuthbert was born around 634 AD in the ancient kingdom of Northumbria. The exact details of his birth and family background remain somewhat obscured, adding an air of mystique to his early life. It is believed that he came from a noble background, which afforded him the opportunity to pursue religious education and training from a young age. From an early age, Cuthbert exhibited a remarkable sense of spirituality and devotion. He was known for his piety, humility, and an innate ability to connect with the divine. His early life was marked by miraculous events that hinted at his future sainthood. One of the most profound moments in his early life occurred when he was about 8 years old. According to legend, while tending sheep on the hills near Melrose Abbey, Cuthbert experienced a divine vision. In this vision, he saw angels descending from heaven to escort the soul of Saint Aidan, the founder of Lindisfarne Monastery, to paradise. This celestial vision deeply moved young Cuthbert and confirmed his calling to a life of religious devotion. As Cuthbert grew older, his commitment to his faith only deepened. He spent much of his time in prayer and meditation, often seeking solitude in nature to connect more closely with God. His reputation for holiness began to spread, and it was clear to those around him that he was destined for a significant spiritual path. When Cuthbert was about 17 years old, he made the momentous decision to enter the monastic life. He traveled to the monastery at Melrose, located in the valley of the River Tweed, where he sought to dedicate his life to the service of God. The monastery at Melrose was a thriving center of learning and spirituality, and it was here that Cuthbert came under the guidance of the prior, Boisil. Boisil recognized Cuthbert's potential and took him under his wing, providing him with rigorous training in monastic discipline and spiritual practices. Cuthbert embraced the monastic life with fervor, adhering to a strict regimen of prayer, fasting, and communal living. His humility, compassion, and unwavering faith endeared him to his fellow monks, who quickly came to regard him as a model of piety and devotion. During his time at Melrose, Cuthbert's reputation as a holy man and miracle worker continued to grow. He was known for his ability to heal the sick, comfort the distressed, and provide spiritual guidance to those in need. One notable miracle involved a young monk who was gravely ill with a fever that left him at death's door. The monks had tried various remedies, but the young man's condition only worsened. In a desperate plea for divine intervention, Cuthbert prayed fervently over the ailing monk. As he prayed, the fever broke, and the young man made a miraculous recovery, much to the astonishment and joy of the entire community. Stories of Cuthbert's miraculous deeds spread far and wide, attracting pilgrims and seekers of divine intervention to Melrose. Cuthbert's early life and calling set the stage for his remarkable journey of faith and devotion. His experiences as a young boy, his profound spiritual visions, and his dedication to the monastic life all contributed to shaping him into the revered saint he would later become. As he continued to grow in his faith and spiritual practice, Cuthbert's influence expanded, touching the lives of countless individuals and leaving an indelible mark on the history of the Northumbrian Church. Despite his youthful age, Cuthbert displayed a spiritual maturity that was beyond his years. He was often found in deep prayer and contemplation, seeking to draw closer to God. His devotion was so intense that he would sometimes stand in the cold waters of the river, praying for hours, as a form of penance and spiritual discipline. His fellow monks were inspired by his example and sought his counsel and guidance. Stories of Cuthbert's miraculous deeds spread, attracting pilgrims and seekers of divine intervention to Melrose. His fame grew, and people from all walks of life came to seek his blessings and healing touch. Despite the growing attention, Cuthbert remained humble and always attributed the miracles to God's grace rather than his own abilities. He would often retreat to the nearby hills and forests to pray and meditate, finding solace in the beauty of creation. His deep connection with nature later became a hallmark of his spirituality, influencing his actions and teachings. During his time at Melrose, Cuthbert also took on the role of a teacher and mentor to younger monks. He shared his knowledge of the scriptures and the monastic tradition, imparting wisdom and spiritual insight to the next generation. His kindness, patience, and ability to inspire others left a lasting impact on the community. Cuthbert's early monastic life and the miracles he performed solidified his status as a man of great spiritual power and deep faith. His commitment to prayer, humility, and service set him apart as a beacon of holiness in a world often marked by strife and uncertainty. Despite the growing number of admirers and followers, Cuthbert yearned for a deeper spiritual connection and a life of solitude. In 676 AD, he made a significant decision that would define his spiritual journey. He moved to the remote island of Lindisfarne, located off the coast of Northumberland. This island, known for its harsh and unforgiving conditions, upon his arrival, Cuthbert built a small cell and a chapel, using the limited resources available on the island. The construction of these simple structures was a testament to his resilience and determination to live a life dedicated to prayer and reflection. The isolation and tranquility of Lindisfarne provided an ideal environment for Cuthbert to immerse himself in his spiritual practices. Cuthbert's hermitage was marked by a profound connection with nature. He found solace and inspiration in the natural world around him, seeing it as a reflection of God's creation. The rugged landscape, with its rocky shores and wild seas, served as a constant reminder of the divine power he sought to understand and honor. One of the most endearing aspects of Cuthbert's time on Lindisfarne was his close bond with the wildlife, particularly the eider ducks. He famously protected these birds, earning the affectionate title of Cuddy's ducks. This relationship with the ducks became a symbol of his gentle nature and his belief in the sanctity of all living creatures. Cuthbert's daily routine on Lindisfarne was characterized by intense prayer, meditation, and reflection. He adhered to a strict regimen, often spending hours in solitary prayer, even in the harshest weather conditions. His dedication to his spiritual practices was unwavering, and his ascetic lifestyle by self-denial and a focus on the divine. Despite the simplicity of his existence, Cuthbert found profound spiritual fulfillment in his solitude. It is said that he would wade into the icy waters of the North Sea, standing there all night in deep prayer. His commitment to this practice showcased his incredible faith and devotion. According to the legend, after these long, cold vigils, otters would come to warm his feet and dry them with their fur. They gently dried his feet with their fur and breathed warmth into them. Even in this isolated setting, Cuthbert's reputation as a holy man continued to grow. People from the mainland, drawn by tales of his piety and miraculous deeds, braved the treacherous seas to seek his counsel and spiritual guidance. Pilgrims arrived at Lindisfarne, often risking their lives to meet the revered hermit. Cuthbert never turned them away, offering wisdom, comfort, and blessings to those who sought his help. His ability to connect with people, even in his solitude, was a testament to his deep compassion and understanding of human nature. During his time on Lindisfarne, Cuthbert's spiritual influence extended beyond the island. His commitment to prayer and contemplation served as an example to other monastic communities, inspiring monks and laypeople alike to pursue a deeper relationship with God. The isolation allowed him to focus entirely on his relationship with God, free from the distractions and pressures of the outside world. His experiences on the island shaped his understanding of spirituality, influencing his actions and teachings for the rest of his life. In 684 AD, Cuthbert was reluctantly persuaded to leave his beloved hermitage on Lindisfarne and accept the position of Bishop of Lindisfarne. This role came with great responsibility and significant challenges. He was tasked with overseeing the spiritual well-being of the community and spreading Christianity throughout the region. The appointment to bishop was a recognition of his deep faith, spiritual wisdom, and the profound influence he had already exerted on the Northumbrian church. The role of bishop was not one Cuthbert sought. He cherished his solitude and his direct communion with God. However, he accepted the position out of a sense of duty and obedience to the church, and he quickly became a beloved spiritual leader. As bishop, Cuthbert's pastoral care extended beyond the walls of the monastery. He embarked on extensive travels throughout Northumbria, preaching the gospel, baptizing converts, and performing miracles. His missionary journeys took him to remote villages and towns where he sought to bring the light of Christianity to those who had not yet heard the good news. He often traveled on foot, braving harsh weather and rugged terrain to reach the faithful. During his travels, Cuthbert's humility and approachable nature made him a beloved figure among the people. He was known for his deep empathy and his ability to connect with individuals from all levels of society. Whether he was addressing a large congregation or speaking one-on-one with a troubled soul, Cuthbert's sincerity and warmth left a lasting impression. His sermons were filled with wisdom and compassion, and his words often brought comfort and hope to those who heard them. Cuthbert's reputation as a miracle worker continued to grow during his tenure as bishop. Countless stories of his miraculous deeds circulated throughout the region. He was known for healing the sick, exorcising demons, and providing divine guidance to those in need. One of the most famous miracles attributed to Cuthbert during this period involved a young child who had been born blind. Cuthbert prayed fervently over the child, and to the astonishment of all present, the child's sight was miraculously restored. He also provided spiritual guidance and support to other monastic leaders, helping them navigate the challenges of monastic life and maintain their commitment to the monastic rule. Despite the demands of his episcopal duties, Cuthbert never lost sight of his personal devotion and his connection to God. He continued to practice rigorous asceticism, often spending nights in prayer and fasting. His deep spiritual life served as an example to others and inspired countless individuals to pursue a closer relationship with God. After just 2 years as bishop, Cuthbert sensed that his end was near. Feeling the weight of his impending departure, he made the decision to return to his beloved Lindisfarne to prepare for his death. Cuthbert spent his final days in prayer and contemplation, surrounded by the familiar beauty of the island he had come to cherish. St Cuthbert passed away on March 20, 687 AD, while residing in his beloved hermitage on Lindisfarne. His death marked the end of a life dedicated to prayer, service, and unwavering faith. The news of his passing spread quickly, and many were deeply saddened by the loss of such a revered spiritual leader. Following his death, Cuthbert's body was initially buried on Lindisfarne, in a simple grave that reflected his life of humility and severe self-discipline and avoidance of all forms of indulgence. However, his burial site soon became a place of pilgrimage, attracting those who sought to honor the saint and seek his intercession. The monks of Lindisfarne, recognizing the significance of his burial place, decided to move his remains to the monastery on the island of Lindisfarne. This relocation allowed more people to visit his tomb and pay their respects. Many believed that Cuthbert's intercession could bring about divine favors and cures, and numerous accounts of miraculous healings were attributed to him. The veneration of St Cuthbert grew, and his tomb became one of the most important pilgrimage sites in the British Isles. In 995 AD, during a period of Viking raids, the monks of Lindisfarne were forced to flee the island to protect themselves and their sacred treasures. Among these treasures were the remains of St Cuthbert. The monks carried his body with them as they journeyed across the north of England, seeking a safe haven. After several years of wandering, they eventually found a final resting place for Cuthbert's remains in Durham. It was here that a great cathedral was built to house his shrine, ensuring his legacy would continue for generations to come. Durham Cathedral became a major pilgrimage site, attracting countless visitors over the centuries. The shrine of St Cuthbert, located behind the high altar, was a focal point of devotion and reverence. Pilgrims from far and near traveled to Durham to seek the saint's intercession and to honor his memory. The cathedral itself, with its stunning architecture and serene beauty, stands as a testament to Cuthbert's enduring spiritual legacy. Cuthbert's legacy endures through the centuries. His life of devotion, miracles, and unwavering faith continues to inspire people around the world. The serene beauty of Lindisfarne, coupled with the grandeur of Durham Cathedral, stands as testaments to the enduring power of his spiritual legacy. His contributions to the spread of Christianity in Northumbria, his compassionate nature, and his deep connection with both people and nature make him one of the most beloved saints of the early medieval church. Cuthbert's influence extended beyond his own lifetime, shaping the spiritual landscape of the region for centuries to come. His teachings, his example of humility and service, and his miraculous deeds became an integral part of the Christian tradition in Northumbria. Monastic communities continued to honor his memory, drawing inspiration from his life and his unwavering commitment to God. In addition to his spiritual legacy, St Cuthbert also left a lasting impact on the cultural and historical heritage of the region. His life and miracles were documented in various hagiographies, which is a biography of saints or venerated person, including Bede's Life of Cuthbert, which played a significant role in preserving his story for future generations. Artistic representations of St Cuthbert, including illuminated manuscripts, stained glass windows, and sculptures, further contributed to his enduring legacy. Today, the life and legacy of St Cuthbert is celebrated through various commemorations and festivals. Pilgrimages to Durham Cathedral and Lindisfarne continue to draw people seeking to connect with the spiritual heritage of this remarkable saint. His feast day, celebrated on March 20th, is a time for reflection and remembrance of his profound contributions to the Christian faith. St Cuthbert's story is one of faith, humility, and devotion. His life serves as a reminder of the power of a deep and unwavering commitment to God,